Okay, so for fear of secret, I actually keep the Zephyrus, because if it is secret and I'm able to get a flare, we're in the clear. Because it's potentially secret, I want to keep Secret Keeper as well. Drop that immediately instead of the Zealot. Or Zealot, sorry. But the Zealot's still a good card to drop as a follow-up, so I'll keep it as well. Tyrion's a nice late game card. We accept it. We embrace it. We'll use it late game to potentially close it out, or potentially keep him from closing it out on me. Ideally, before we get to him, we have used the True Silver Champion, or yeah, I just hope that the True Silver Champion isn't up when he's out on the board. And it probably won't be, because I'll plan ahead like that, but there are some situations where I might be forced into that situation, or has like one charge left or something, and that would suck. See, he doesn't know what he wants to do here, because he's like, I've got a Secret Keeper and I want to play secrets too, but I also don't want to be on the back foot here. So what do? If he ends up doing nothing and wasting an entire turn and wasting this whole time, I'm going to be a little upset. But I think I just flood the board here, honestly. I think ultimately a board flood is fine. I have Zephyrus to generate more options. Most of my stuff is relatively cheap, so I could always do that. Coin Unleash the Hounds would hurt. Coin Unleash the Hounds would be like the worst thing for me. Leok. Okay. So I'm in a weird predicament here where I want to kill that off, but I also want to go face. I could play Zephyrus. What's the perfect option for me with Zephyrus? What could deal with a 2/4? I don't really know. I don't really think there's anything. So I'm just going to do this. Definitely go face with that and that. And part of me wants to just make this trade, right? So that way if he has Spring Paw, he doesn't kill my Secret Keeper, and that can keep snowballing. That might have been a terrible choice. But he coined it out because he didn't... I don't know. This is fine. I get to kill that. I'm fine with that. If he ends up playing another secret, that's fine. True Silver Champion. Keep him at 2. Does him being at 2 matter? Do I want him to be at more? Because Spring Paw exists, which means Spring Paw could potentially kill him if I bring him down to that amount. So maybe we just miss out on some damage, but keep my guy at full HP. And like I said, there's the True Silver Champion before the Tyrion, so that's actually just like extra good in its own right. I've got Zephyrus in hand in case I need an option, like I don't have a play on any given turn. And if he plays secrets, my guy gets pumped up anyway. So I feel like I'm in a good spot. I have a decent amount of pressure on board. I just need to draw something good. Crystology to draw a few extra cards to thin out the deck could be nice. Mysterious Challenger would be freaking phenomenal. So would the Bellringer Sentry. That would be really nice as well, just to thin out the deck a little bit. I feel like the biggest issue I have with this deck is the lack of draw. I feel like that's something that I would definitely want to improve. Speak of the lack of draw, what do you know? I'm going to put this on that because it'll be the most likely to survive. Draw a card. Micro Mummy's fine. I want to kill that off. Put out a few more minions. And end. If he has Ziliax, it doesn't matter. Like, if he tries to attack the 2/3, I've got the Noble Sacrifice down. So I think I'm still going to actually get one more card out of the Secret Keeper as well. I put in the Blessing of Wisdom because I didn't have the card draw that I wanted, so I wanted to put in a little bit more. And personally, I think that that was a good choice. I think that it was a good idea to put in a little more card draw. But as it stands, this deck has Crystology. It has... what else does it have, actually? It has the potential with Zephyrus to get some card draw, depending on what he discovers, but that's really low. Bellringer Sentry isn't card draw, but it thins the deck. And what's it called? It's got Mysterious Challenger to thin the deck as well. And there's a Rag, actually. So I'm gonna trade in with this first. No. I'm gonna hit with that first. It is, in fact, Explosive Trap, which is quite the bummer. Gonna go for 3 damage, draw a card. Auto Defense Matrix, not the worst thing in the world. I feel weird playing Zephyrus right now, but I think to try to get me an option, it's fine. See what I discover. I'm probably gonna go with the Defense Matrix and Hero Power anyway. Soul the Force is actually insane. Wait. Hold the phone. Yeah, let's just go with that, actually. What am I talking about? Keeps me with some stuff on the board. I've got a Noble Sacrifice to protect some of my minions. If he gets an Unleash the Beast, like, I don't have to worry about a major power play until a little bit later. Because if he had the Unleash the Hounds, I feel like he would have used it already. Next turn's going to be slow. But then it'll be followed up with a Tyrion and a Rag play. So, I feel like that could be really good. That's fine. 6 is Ziliax. That sucks. A lot. That really does suck. He gets to heal a lot off of this. But I don't think it really matters that much to me. Because I was just able to pump the 5-4 up. So trade these in. He gains 15. Or he gains 10, sorry. I don't care about that. He can't kill my thing, and I don't want to have to make that trade anyway. These trigger twice, which is actually really good. And we'll leave it at that, actually. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Next, we have Tyrion and Ragnaros potentially as finishers. Turn 7. He could play Bran for sure, and that would suck. Siemet's also pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. Siemet's probably one of the worst things. And Wind Fury, yes. Okay. So the Divine Shield happens twice. That doesn't matter. But he's like, nice, I've triggered it. Right? So, now what does he do? Oh, you fool. Oh, you foolish fool. Redemption goes off. Maybe he had that planned, actually. That's fair. That's totally fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not enough damage, so I think I just play Tyrion and go face. This protects me from like a Bran play or a Rag play of his own, and then we'll be able to play Rag the next turn. Like, this is just a safer play, right? Like, somehow if he wipes my board by some Zephyrus into ridiculous wombo combo stuff, he kills my board and Ragnaros isn't enough. This just solidifies my board and sets up for a good Rag play the next turn, or Siemet into Hero Power. So, I feel like this deck just needs a little bit more card draw. I really do. And I'm trying to think of what I could use to generate more card draw. Or what I could take out. And right now, what I'm thinking is potentially taking out the Mysterious Blade. Because I do like it, and it could be a 2-mana, 3/2 weapon. But a decent amount of the time it's not. Or if it is, it comes at a time where it's not that high impact, and I feel like card draw would be better. But I might keep it in. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. The Sand Wasp Queen gives me 2 cards, so that also kind of counts as card draw. Beaming Sidekick is actually the other one that I was thinking about getting rid of for a little bit more card draw. So, I don't know. Like, that's this deck's biggest weakness. It's able to play on curve and get there. But, like, let's say instead of those 3 insane late-game minions, I had, like, a Beaming Sidekick and a Glowtron and, like, a Mysterious Blade and or a Secret or something. And my hand was not that good. I wouldn't have felt as secure. I wouldn't have played the same way because I would not have had the same late-game potential. And I might not have ended up winning that game at all. So, I don't know. I'm going to take out a couple cards, maybe draw a few, or put in a few draw, and I'll see where that goes. Okay, so, big brain here, right? Here's what I did. Are you ready for this? I put in a Prismatic Lens and took out the Beaming Sidekick. Now, hear me out, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minions, 5 cost or above, and not a single spell that are above. A lot of my spells are actually 1 cost, like all of the secrets, which, if I draw anyway, most of the time I don't want to play. I'd rather have it get played with a Sentry or the Mysterious Challenger like I happen to have. So it basically just means that if I don't get either of those cards, it potentially still gives them value, because if I play Prismatic Lens and I get like Tyrion for 1, that's ridiculously busted. I think I want to keep this entire hand. As long as I don't draw like 2 1-attack minions in the next few turns, I'm fine. Yeah, I've already guaranteed got 2 cards drawn on Christology, which is great. I want to play the minion first to apply a little bit of pressure on the board, so that way he has something to deal with. He's going Quest, which means it's going to be a little bit slower, which means I have the opportunity to... Oh my goodness, you suck. But also, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I think I want to play the Secret Keeper. But anyway, he's going to be a little bit slower, so going as fast as possible and filling the board is actually a good play in this case, because he has no real board wipe.
Of course it's the right way.
That's a really good 2-drop. That's like really good. Gonna go boom boom, kind of just flood the board with as many minions as possible so he can't possibly deal with all of them. That's probably gonna get traded in. I have the Rissa, I have Ziliax, I have Thin the Deck as a 3 or 4, 5, 6 play. That's totally fine in my opinion. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be joking. Okay, so he had the play, he had the Desert into Evolve. But I have a nice enough board to where I could theoretically be able to deal with that, if that wasn't what he ended up getting. Double trade, because there's no reason not to. They could get traded into anyway, and just let that pump up the 5-3. That will ultimately end up doing nothing for me. Cool. Okay. So a lot of the time this matchup's fine, but particularly not the greatest one. I was really hoping... if that had been like... Noble Sacrifice or something, or if the +1 attack had gone on anyone else, that would have been solid. But as it stands, a little lackluster. Okay, this is actually really good. Is it really good? I think it's really good. Do I wanna put this magnetic? No, I think I want to be able to trade and trade there as well. I want to trade into that one though, because that one's a little bit better. And then trade into that one. That'll go up to 4 tech anyway, so it doesn't matter. Then I have the Mysterious Challenger. It'll set 4 secrets. Then on my deck a decent amount, and mean that everything I play from here on out will be better, because a lot of the lower drop things will have been taken away. And I healed back up to full. I have some nice follow-up plays. I lost pretty much all of the aggression, but that doesn't mean I can't gain it back. That just means that it'll be rough. A little bit rough. I don't want to lose my first game with this deck. Don't do me like this, man. But that being said, I do think that this could be a little bit bad for me. I'm gonna be honest. I think that this particular situation is quite bad. But I have 5 secrets on the board. He knows what all of them are. It's just a matter of... Oh dear lord. That's not what a matter of it is, but oh no, is how I'm feeling basically. Does he trade into this? Oh, he goes face. That's fascinating actually. Would not have expected him to have gone face there. I would expect him to try to kill the 6/6 so he has an uncontested board. But this is good too, for me anyway. Secret Keeper, it pumps the 6. Doesn't have really any form of removal. Redemption? That's lame. That's a little bit lame, I'm not gonna lie. He trades in, that's smart. That's actually what he should have done. So I respect that. Boom. Trade. Blessing of Wisdom on this bad boy. Go face. Don't want to trade, I want to do as much damage as possible. The Sentry's not the greatest, but he's still going to be a 3/4 at some point, which will be okay. Sandstorm Elemental is okay for him to lose here. Tyrion's a nice play. He's not going to play any spells, so my last secret probably won't go off that easily. But he doesn't have any damage dealing lackeys, because all the ones he returned to hand are not damage dealing. That was a misplay, because his hand is full, right? That one doesn't even go to his hand. Yeah, he should have played another card first. Always keep track of how many cards are in your hand. I've done that before too, especially with that deck. Like, I've definitely made like the exact same mistakes in the past. Was he the guy I just played? And if so, is he gonna flame me? Oh my god! Well, congratulations! He just got a golden. He just got a golden. That's so good. Oh, but you pumped his health, you fool! So I'm gonna have to kill that off. Unfortunately. Okay, sorry. I can't, Tyrion's fine. I'm gonna take damage, which sucks, but I'm gonna play Tyrion, which is fine. Or alternatively, I go Rush Divine Shield and hit into that and save him for another turn. But I'm just gonna hope he doesn't have Evolve or anything. And if he had Mutate, he would have played it for 0 last turn. So really, it's just a matter of him having Evolve, and he's not even through half of his deck yet, so the chance of him having 2 are slim, in my opinion. Okay, at this point, he could potentially get the deal 4 damage one and kill my 9/4, which he does. And at this point, unless I draw Consecrate, I lose. Which sucks, but it's okay, I guess. Like, I don't know what I really expected. Zephyrus could be good. What else could be good? Zephyrus, Consecrate saves me. Prismatic Lens is now meh. Not like obsolete, but it's not super good either. That's fine, actually. I don't care about that. I think I just want to play a ton of these guys, right? I feel like that's the play. Play a 4/6 and then a 2/3. The 2/3 he can potentially trade into, but the 4/6 means that these two combined can kill the 3/9, which will be nice. And as long as he doesn't have a ton of direct damage, I'm not out of the game, but I'm assuming he has like a Life Drinker, and this is a decent amount of damage, and probably the Wasp as well, so he just, I don't know. He had the really, really good turn 4 play with the Evolve, or the turn 3 play, sorry, where he coined it out. So there's not really a lot I could do there. My goodness, sir, are you okay? Holy dear goodness gracious. Is he trading in? Oh, he's going face. Okay, that's the correct play. I just need to hope he doesn't have damage. I think I just lose. I think I lost. Like, I don't think I can even deal with everything on his board, honestly. Like, Divine Shield Taunt isn't enough. I'd have to Divine Shield Rush to kill that, but that's not enough, because I'm then going to have to trade in with that, and then hit that, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 damage on the board. Oh, that didn't even kill it, so well played. Also played. He had the combo. I can't be upset by that. I've used the exact same thing to beat multiple people in the past. This deck, still like 80% win rate. It's solid. He had the direct damage in hand anyway. So, yeah. Overall, this deck is still pretty solid. I think the Prismatic Lens, I didn't get to show off how good it could be, but it has the potential to be very, very good. And I feel like the only thing that beats the early game of this deck is the turn 3 Coin Evolve play with the Desert Hares. Like, yeah, I don't think that I would have lost the game if he hadn't had that. Like, if it had been a turn 4 play, or for whatever reason, like, he didn't have it, I would have won that game, no problem. Like, it would not have mattered what else he had. But the fact that I wasn't able to kill his 2/3, the fact that the +1 damage went on my 5/3 instead of anything else to allow for value trades, it was just a kind of unlucky series of events for me, and sometimes that happens. Like, even though I've been winning a lot of my games recently, I have to expect there to be some unlucky situations as well, and I can't be too tilted, but make sure you always keep track of how many cards you have in your hand, though, because that guy, when he did the hero power to get 2 spells, he was probably like, What the heck just happened? Why didn't I get a second spell? And it was because his hand was full, because he was going to get 2 spells. So he needed to play like one of the other lackeys first, or just another card first before he played that, and that would have solved the issue. Although I don't know what he had in his hand. Maybe everything was draw and that was just the lesser of 2 evils. But anyway, it was a good deck. 80% win rate, still solid, and I would very much recommend it. It's pretty fun, actually. I'm not going to lie.